Hello everybody, I hope you're all doing well. Boy, it's been a while since I've done one of these. I've been back home to visit my friends and family, and that went very well. I don't know if that'll be included in this video or another one, but I'm back here at the house, and some great news. My friends from back home are coming out here to visit my other friends here in Seattle and myself, of course. So, there's obviously different things that I want to do to the house before they come out here. You know, some type of encouragement of actually, company coming and things like that always stirs up little projects that have needed to get done, but don't really need to be done. Cosmetic things, not things that need to get done for the functionality of the house, but just for the aesthetics and looks. So I'm going to try to accomplish some of those tasks here in the however many days before they come out in, I believe, the middle of August. So what are some of the things that I'm thinking of? Well, I have to do some little painting here where I took out that door when we first got the place. I want to install a fan. I think we'll do that today. And put up some trim, replace some trim in the bathroom. It's all kinds of stuff. We won't do all that today, but that's what I have going in the future for things that I should be doing. Anyway, as always, let's see what we get into. So over in the little nook corner, whatever area you want to call this thing, if you remember when I first got the place, I had the computers here, and then I put the bed here, and this has worked out well. My parents have stayed here, and it's a nice little area that you can close off and have as a private bedroom, which is perfect for guests and whatever else. So not much really needs to be done here. I need to put that trim up that I've talked about many times in the past to cover up the seam here where I took out the wall for the heat pump to be installed. But the one thing that I do want to do is install a ceiling fan here. Well, why? There's a ceiling fan right here. Yes, there is a ceiling fan right here, but it's not really in an optimal spot. It's between the two rooms, which is good. It gets the, airflow in between the two. But if you close the curtain here, it kind of cuts off the airflow to it. And it is older. It's a very childhood fan for me, this banana fan. But I still want to keep it. I want to use it. I want to do something with it. It's just not good right here anymore. Now, I could, move it over here and use it here, but there's no way to put a light kit on this. It just doesn't, well, I'm sure you could maybe put one here. I don't think there's wires in it for it though. And it's incredibly heavy. It's built the same, as you can see with the windings in there, as the Hunter original here. It's a very heavy fan. This one's bolted to the ceiling, so it's not going anywhere. But like I said, I want this to be still enjoyed somehow. So the only other place that I can think of having it, which would be far enough away from any of the others, would be over here. Why over here? Well, I can't have it anywhere else in the room because of the projector. If it's in the way of the projector, you won't be watching very much. You'll just see a silhouette of a fan. That's not helpful. It won't fit here. There's not enough room between the lens and the wall, but there's plenty of room on this side. So we'll see. I'll hold it up with it on and see what we get. So what kind of fan are we going to put over here? Well, I've had a fan sitting over here for a while. It's this Hunter Mayfair. It's the same exact finish as the original over here, so it would match very nicely. And that is what I think we're going to put right here. But again, this doesn't have a light kit, but you can put one on. So how do we solve that problem? With a light kit, of course. I picked this up at Lowe's. It was the simplest light kit I could find that I believe still uses a standard medium base socket. A lot of them are LED, and I mean, it says LED on it. It just comes with an LED bulb that I'm assuming you can screw in because it does say 60 watts here. So, oh yeah, standard base bulb, perfect. And it has the schoolhouse globe, very traditional, nothing super fancy here. And according to the mounting for it, it should be fine for the Hunter. It comes with 3 different finishes of holder for the light, so that's good. If I ever wanted to take it off and use it on a different fan, it has the different finishes. Now, the other nice thing about this is that I think they thought about it a little bit. They thought this is going to be probably put on an older fan because there's not a lot of polished brass fans out there anymore. And I don't think I see a lot of antique brass, which is, hey, that's exactly what we have. And of course, white, there's always a white ceiling fan, but there's a lot of different finishes nowadays. And they decided to include these older looking finishes, which is perfect for our application. So yes, a Harbor Breeze light kit. I think this thing was $20. It said 19 something on the shelf, but then when I rang it up at the self-checkout, it was 20, so whatever. Interested to see how big the globe will be. I'm hoping it is quite large to accommodate a decent sized bulb in it. But the other thing that I picked up while I was at Lowe's was this thing. If you have, any type of interest in the ceiling fan community, I'm sure you have heard or seen or even have one of these socket fans. Well, it's very hard to find one of these around here in Seattle. Only 2 of the Lowe's carry this particular item out of the bunch, I don't even know how many Lowe's we have around here, but only 2 of them actually have this product on their shelves. The others don't even offer it in store. So the other day I was driving by one of them that did, and that's where I stopped and picked these 2 items up. So definitely a video coming of this in the future. It's not cheap. It was $50. Other than that, I just wanted to get it for the video ability of it. That's about it. It'll be interesting to see firsthand, other than watching other videos and pictures of what this thing is, see how it performs. But that's for another moment. This is for now, so we got to get that light down. I've taken this light down once before, and it is a pain to put back up. So I'm looking forward to getting rid of it, really. The only issue is I believe the box in the ceiling is plastic or something or another. It's not metal. So we'll see how sturdy it is or durable and how I feel about it if I want to put a metal one in, which would be much better for the ceiling fan anyway. But we'll see how it's constructed once we get the light down. The other issue is, obviously, I've installed a dimmer on here so we can dim the light, which is nice, but we can't do that with the fan. So we're gonna have to put a regular switch back in, which is not a problem. So I guess we'll start taking this thing down. Okay, to be honest, I don't remember much about how this thing comes down, other than the fact that it is going to be heavy, because this glass is very heavy. I think I left this whole globe on here and just held it up like this, but this is not going to be fun. Okay, so the ground wire that is connected up here is also screwed to that. So the ground wire is holding it up. There's nothing else at the moment. Okay, we have a drill. I tried to use one of these compact ones because there's not a lot of room. I'm so happy to be done with this light. It's so awkward and heavy and, yeah. I mean, it did a great job. There was no doubt about that. Note how there's no ground here. There's no ground wire. It's just not existent. Is it? Oh, wait. It's right there. Someone just decided it was a great idea to cut it all the way up in here, which is not a good idea. It'd probably help if we turn some other lights on. Okay, so that's the insides of the old light. So you get to see there's 3 bulbs in there. They're those EcoSmart filament LED bulbs, wonderful bulbs. In fact, in this light, which never gets used, at least as often as all the others, one of them went bad. It just wouldn't light up. It just got really dim and that was it. I saved it. It's out in the garage. I've never seen one fail yet. That's the first one. So we need to see what's in this box. So let's take a look at what is inside. I've opened this before, but I don't think I have on camera. So we got our blades. It's a 5-bladed fan, obviously. We have the 2 different styles of wood. I believe this is the same that's down on the Hunter original, so we'll match whatever it has. Of course, the instructions, which are all kind of crinkled up, but they're at least here. The fan motor housing. This I thought was interesting. Look, it is serial number, at least I assume that's a serial number, 600 exactly. Put that aside. Okay. We have some balancing, those little metal pads, or whatever they are. The brackets, very nice. Don't eat this. Our mounting. Down rod. And all of our hardware right here. Not bad. As you can see, it was $50, but I got it on 75% off, so I believe it was like $12.50 or something. So there's the fan. Just out of curiosity, here's the blade arms for the Mayfair versus the Hunter original. Look very much the same, and most certainly is the same type of finish. And of course the blades themselves, I believe we have similar style stain here. This one doesn't have so much wood grain in it. Yeah, that's darker. And here's the, yeah, that's kind of the same color. With the weight of this fan, we definitely want it to be screwed into the joist somehow. And we know that this electrical box is next to a joist because, well, it's got to be connected to something. I also know that the joists go this direction. So my guess is the joist is on this side. Given the fact that it's at an angle like this and it's sprung back up, it must be connected on this side. So there's a, you know, a 2 by whatever, 10 or 12 or something right there. And that's what's holding this small plastic electrical box. So we have our mounting plate. Look at how big this thing is. Now this is good for a variety of reasons. Well, let me get closer. Okay, now that I'm balancing on a bed, here's the reason. Look at that. It can, if we put it on the edge here, cover up the hole and be over far enough to drill some holes here and secure it to the joist as well. This is going to work out very good. I don't know if I'll video doing that, but of course once it's up there, I'll definitely show you. I stripped the wires back a bit more, at least the outer insulation, so that I could access the ground, because obviously it's a metal fan. We want to make sure it's grounded. It has been determined that this hole here will be used for the electrical box side, and over here will be the joist. I noted that these 2 holes here, whatever they're used for, I have no idea, but these 2 holes here line up with just barely on the edge of the joist. So you can get, you know, some meat of the joist here, but the majority of it is over here, so you'd have to go in at a little bit of an angle. So what I'm going to do is put another hole here or 2 to give it extra strength. You know, we just want to be real sure about it. So I'm going to go ahead and put probably 2 holes here just to be sure. We got our extra mounting holes and our screws. Yes, we're not joking around here. We're going to have these with the bigger washers and these holes, and these with the fancy washers in these 2. So hopefully it ain't going to go nowhere. And I did add an extra little ground wire here. This will go up into the box because I can't reach up in there with the wires because it's just too short. The ground is too short. So that'll help with that. There we go. We have 3 of the screws in because this one I've tried to put the screw in and I'm pretty sure there's a nail right there or something. So we just had all the luck at getting this hole right where a nail is for the drywall. But this thing is super sturdy. It's not going anywhere. with the mounting plate secured, now you need to think about how we're going to mount it. Well, it came with a down rod, but that adds, I don't know, a couple inches there, and we don't really have a couple inches. Sure, this is up high and you can walk underneath the fans, but the higher up it is and the less potential of someone taller than me hitting their head on the blades is important. So I think what we're going to do is just mount this directly to the fan, and there's plenty of housing here and everything else to bring the blades appropriately low enough from the ceiling to still move air. Take a quick look around. So you have a caution label here to make sure all the screws are tightened. Don't really need that anymore. Again, here's the label. 1993. 7 feet from floor. We still have the little blocks in here to prevent the motor from spinning. And for some reason, I always like this little loop thing they did. Okay, so we need to get this on here. After much pain and suffering, it's up there. Now we just need to put the blades together, and I'm going to choose the same kind of reddish color here as the Hunter original. With the fan up and functional, we need two more things, a light kit and replace the dimmer with a proper light switch. So let's see what's inside of the light kit here. Okay, so we open it up and the first thing I notice is that there's a security strip in here. What in the world are you stealing this for? It doesn't make any sense. It's a light kit. What are you gonna do with it? Okay, here is the manual. I don't know why you need to write the purchase date on it, but yep. Okay, here's the covers. We have the, what is that, polished brass, white, and I believe this must be the one that we're looking for, and it's attached to it already. The antique brass, of course, the mounting hardware, the do not eat, and there's the kit itself. Okay, let's get it out of the bubble wrap here. Yeah, there's definitely a bulb in here. It's the same bulb that they give you with their other ceiling fans that I've bought in the past. That's a decent sized globe. Not too bad. Out of all of these, of course the one I want has about 1 million stickers on it that look terrible. So we're gonna have to take care of that. I already took one off and it leaves residue, so perfect. The finish is pretty close, so I'm satisfied enough. I think we'll be able to just mount it directly with the holes here. I don't think we have to use the light hole in the middle here. I'm assuming this is the light kit adapter. It mentions it in the instructions here. If I can bring it over. It said something about a light kit adapter, and I'm gonna assume that's what this thing is. It must just go on here. The holes do line up. And that kind of evens it out so you don't have a wobbly light. But we're going to try it with the holes first. I'm surprised they even included matching screws depending on what cover you choose, including some different pendants here for the pole chain. Nice touch. And there it is, the finished product. I think it fits really well here in this area. The blades match the finish on the bed frame here close, and it goes well with the other wood accents in the room. I also think the light kit matches very well, considering it's not the same brand. The finishes are very close, so that worked out really well. I ended up putting a little piece of like foam here, like those felt pads you use for chairs. I cut a little piece of that and put it on this side, because on this side is the switch for the light, and it pushes the shade down a little bit so it looks uneven. So I put that on the other side to stop vibration and to even it out, and I think that worked really well, because this looks, well, really good. I can't think of anything else to say about it. Of course, I changed out the dimmer switch for a traditional light switch, and here we go. Again, I'm super pleased at how this turned out. Now, just need to find a new home for this fan. Just like I thought, moving this thing around, one of these blades was starting to get a little too loose. And just moving around, not even touching it really, that blade arm broke. It's still on there, half of it's still there, but the other half is not too good anymore. So I think what I'm going to do is just make it a two-bladed fan for the moment, because I already got the hook up there, so I gotta do something with it. There it is, with its just two blades, because, yep, that's a thing. Definitely keeping it in the collection. I don't think it's gonna stay here though. It is just barely good, because when you spin it, I had it running, but then it started making some weird noises, so I stopped it. It at least doesn't clip the edge of the screen here, so that's good. But yeah, so the placement is good for future fans that might want to go here, but for the moment, I think this fan's gonna go to the storage container where the other fans currently live, and I guess, I don't know, it'll live there, because it's just getting too old, unfortunately. I suppose here's one last look at it before I take it down. Just did the video of this crazy thing. It's an interesting product. I don't know, I don't think it's worth $50 though. Definitely worth less than that. But picked some interesting things up yesterday. Here's some Master Color Philips PAR 20 bulbs. I believe they're 20 watt. Ceramic metal halide or something like that. They were together in a package at Value Village for I think like $3. So I thought, why not pick them up? I don't have anything like that in the collection. So that was a pretty neat find. I'm trying to think if there was anything else of interest. Oh, I got this this plug thing here, and then I chipped it, but I have the chipped piece. It's right there. Just need to fix that. And this came in a baggie with that. It's this little step-down transformer, 100 volt, so it's brings it to Japanese voltage, 100 volts AC. Definitely has a real transformer in it. It's heavy. So those two are together in a package as well. I really do hope you enjoyed this video, and also please comment, rate, share, and subscribe, and thank you very much for watching.